Well, good morning, church. Thank you for joining us for our daily Devo. Today, we're just looking at one verse. It's Ephesians 5:15. It says, "Be very careful how you live, not as unwise, but as wise." I kind of wanted to end our section. Next week, we start with a brand new Devo. So we'll be going through the Gospels, doing a harmony of the Gospel, which I think will be cool. We'll see how different passages come together and look more detailed at the life of Christ and where it stands. Sometimes there'll be multiple passages, sometimes a single passage. So that's what we're planning on doing this Monday. But we're going to end this year talking about something that I personally think is important to me. I always like the end of a year because I try to look back and reflect on that year and plan the next. A matter of fact, as I'm thinking about this, there's really three things that come to mind if we're going to live wise, not as unwise, but wise. The first is we need a time to pause, to reflect. And I really think this end of the year is a great time to kind of look back. If we aren't careful, time can run so quick and we never really think about it. I was speaking to my wife and we were talking about kind of highlights of the year and thought about that if you think back on the whole year, it's kind of hard to think of a highlight. But, if you just think at the end of a month, what was the best part of this month? Where was I challenged? Where did I grow? It's amazing how you can think of that. But if you don't spend time really focusing on that, then it just kind of passes. So spend some time. Think back over the last 12 months. Maybe challenges you had. Maybe areas in which God has challenged you. Maybe areas you need to grow. But just spend some time to pause and reflect so you can look back. You can't change what you don't notice. So the first thing you need to do is you need to pause. Next is to prioritize. You kind of have to decide, how am I going to spend my time? You can do anything you want, but you can't do everything you want. So for instance, if you wanted to do something new, you wanted to learn a skill, it will take time to learn that skill. If you want to invest money in one place, you can't invest it in the next place. So in our life, we need to look, what are our top priorities? I would say our relationship with God, our relationship with our family, with our closest friends, with the people God has put in our world that we can be a witness to. But we need to look and create priority of how we're going to spend our time. And if we're going to have priority, that means we have to learn to protect our time. See, if you don't plan your schedule, somebody else will. And so if, for instance, you want to make God a priority, then you know what it means you have to do? It means you've got to carve out that time. It may be getting up 30 minutes earlier to spend time with God in prayer. It may be taking some time in the midday just to reflect on the day and pray and spend time with God then. But you have to make Him a priority. In your relationship, in your marriage, if you have a great marriage, it's because you're prioritizing your spouse. You're making them more important in your life than others in your life. And that is the right thing to do. So I just want to challenge you as we're ending this year. Spend some time this weekend, maybe just an hour, sitting down. Get a book, journal. God, what have I learned this year? Where have been my challenges? What do I want to focus on next year? And even pray, God, how do you want to direct me? How do you want to challenge me? Where do I want to see my life different a year from now? I think when we do that, we're fulfilling what Paul says in Ephesians 5:15. We're being careful how we live, and we aren't living as the unwise, but as the wise. I hope you guys have a great day and look forward to kicking off our daily devotions starting on Monday.